Hello students, welcome back to the NJSLA-ELA preparation videos. Today we will be discussing narrative writing tasks. This is part 2. Our presentation today will highlight narrative essay expectations, the narrative writing rubric according to the state of New Jersey, understanding the narrative writing task, how to score a narrative essay, and analyzing characters accurately. As we discussed the expectations during the part 1 session, but here they are again. Every narrative must have a title. Paragraphs that are created for narrative writing, this should be done in sequential order. Make sure all of your story elements are there. Your characters, your setting, conflict, climax, conclusion. Make sure that you're using accurate information from the original piece. Dialogue. This is very, very important when you're creating a narrative. Every new speaker gets his or her own paragraph. So if you want to talk, you get your own paragraph. Figurative language. Try to use at least 3 to 4 different types of figurative language throughout your narrative. Transition words. This should be also used throughout the narrative to make sure that the narrative is running at a nice, smooth pace. Please use grade appropriate vocabulary. Grade appropriate vocabulary would be words like infuriated instead of angry, or would be concise instead of short. Various sentence types should be used as well, compound and complex sentences. And obviously we must have lots and lots of imagery. This will really make your reader feel as though they are within your narrative. Please remember all of these things as you are writing your narrative, students. It is very important that you try to create all of these compositional risks in your narrative. As we discussed during the last session, the narrative writing task will have you read one piece of literature. This might be a short story or a play. And then the prompt will ask you to continue the narrative, or it might ask you to create a narrative from another character's point of view. So, the narrative writing rubric. This is the narrative writing rubric for the state of New Jersey for grades 6 through 11. If you look at the rubric, you want to really aim to achieve a rubric score of a 4. This means that your response is effectively developed with narrative elements and is consistently appropriate to the task. It also means that you effectively organize your writing with clear and coherent words, phrases, and you also established and maintained an effective style. So, at this time, we will begin to score some writing. The essays you will read were based on the following prompt. The introduction prompt. Remember, the introduction prompt is what is being given to you before you start the test. This is the very first thing you will read. The prompt read, "Today you will read a passage from the novel The Phoenix Dance. As you read, you will gather information to prepare for writing an original narrative." After you've completed your multiple choice questions, the test will then lead you into the writing prompt. And the writing prompt is, write a narrative that continues the story after paragraph 17 and is told from the point of view of Percy Snellkips. Use details from the passage to support your narrative. So, I've attached some essays for you to score. Using this rubric, I want you to look at the packet that I've given you today. You will find 6 essay examples from actual students. You will read and skim each essay and score them based on the rubric that is provided. It is important that you write the number that you think, or score I should say, that you think that essay achieved at the top right corner. At this time, as you're scoring your essays, I want you to pause the screen. Welcome back. We're now going to go into the second section of our presentation. We will be making inferences about character traits and analyzing characters. It is very important that you are able to make inferences about a character based on what they say, what they do, and what others say about them in the story. The next slides will allow you to explore various characters and make inferences about who they are or how they present themselves to be. If you get stuck, please refer to the character traits anchor chart in our classroom for ideas. This next section may require you to pause your computer after each slide. You may do so. Do not move on to the next character until you've completed the form with the character trait and the explanation of your answer. Character 1. Character 2. Character 1. Character 2. Character 3. Character 4. Character 5, the male character. Character 5, the male character. Here's a recap. During this presentation, we've gone over the narrative essay expectations, the narrative writing rubric. Obviously, we want our score to be at a 4. Understanding the narrative writing task and what you will be expected to do. How to score a narrative essay. And then obviously, right at the end for section 2, we did analyzing characters accurately. If you have any questions, please ask me at any time. It is very important that you all understand how to tackle the narrative writing task. That is all.